Test East Ulverstone v Motton Preston. Ulverstone will ground NWFA 2025 Grand Final. Test 1, 2, 3. 1 Jones, 3 Orton, 5 Orton, 7 Viney, 8 Beveridge, 9 Shepherd, 10 Thompson Purton, 11 Ivory, 12 Ivory. I can still hear ACDC, yep.
The umpires are on the ground. David Kemp, Mickey Williams and Dean Herbie Smith, umpires for today. Okay, Wesley Vale, bring her over, do the presentations. East Ulverstone, come down here as well, guys. That is my place. That is the my place. Okay, everyone. First up, a round of applause for both these teams. What an incredible game of footy we've seen there today. Commiserations to the East Ulverstone Footy Club. And with that, we'd like Russell Davies to come up just to say a few words. Russ, you know, I know it's pretty... knocks you around when you get beat, especially when you're that close, but certainly you've got to be proud of your guys, mate.
Obviously, first off, congratulations to Vale. You blokes have been obviously the benchmark for the last 4 or 5 years, and we knew she was going to be a tough gig, but we tried our best, and I think we give you a bit of a fight, so congratulations, well deserved. That mob in the grandstand, thank you. We could hear you definitely drove us hard in that last quarter, and we tried our absolute best for you to bring it home. To the playing group, start of the week I told you we had nothing to lose, and I still think that we've lost nothing, we've gained. I can't be more proud of your efforts and the way you've fought it out, so thank you very much. And obviously NWFA for today, great job, thank you.
Well done, Russell. And with that, we'll go through our players now. We'll call them over. Number 4, Chris Enright. Number 6, Mitchell Sands. Number 8, James Jackson. Number 9, Zach Webb. By the way, these are being presented to them by a two-time premiership coach at the Vale, team of the century coach in Leon Perry. So, good work, Leon. We're up to number 11, Jeremy Walton. Number 14, Liam Rockcliffe. Number 17, Corey Holland Bredmore. Number 20, Bailey Broomall. Number 24, Chris Connors. Number 25, Jaden Sharman. Number 26, Scotty Jeffrey. Number 27, James Webb. Number 28, Kyle Bilbin. Number 32, Regan Boone. Number 33, Adam Norris. Number 34, Zach Scott. Number 53, Benny Holland. Number 55, Nathan Harrison. Number 56, Zach Buxton. And before I do the last two, we're going to do the Harry Belbin Medal for Best on Ground. That goes to number 24, Chris Connors. Now I'll call up Bradley Donald and Kane Scott. Take that top off, Scotty. You won't need that blue top. Take the blue top. Scotty, couple of words before we present you with what we're going to present you with.
I couldn't be prouder with the group. I had a tough week selecting the side, but stuck to what we knew, and we virtually went unchanged, other than one or two. So credit to the boys, all deserve it. A lot goes on behind the scenes, so there's probably 100 people here that don't have a medal on their neck, but it means as much to them as it does to us. So good on them people too, and thanks for the year. The East Alby boys, that's pretty tough coming from 4th or 5th. Credit to you, hat off. That's a pretty good grand final. I wouldn't go in there hanging your head too low. that's pretty tough and well deserved. So credit to you boys too.
Well done, Scotty. Grab your medal and hat, wherever that is. And we'll ask Indy to present the Banjos Cup to the captain and the coach. Here we go. Just give it to them two guys, mate. Come over, guys. Get in amongst her. And our special guest will be sitting out here singing a couple of songs shortly, Mike Brady. Good luck, Rooster. Good luck. Okay, let's hear it for the East Ulverstone Football Club as they come out onto the field. Number 1, Will Jones. Number 3, Drew Orton. Number 5, Jack Orton. Number 7, Lucas Finey. Number 8, Joel Beveridge. Number 9, Jesse Shepherd. Number 10, Matty Thompson-Burton. Number 11, Lucas Ivory. Number 12, Ryan Ivory. Number 16, Cal Mann. Number 17, Heath Horton. Number 21, Tyson Slater. Number 23, Kurt Phillips. Number 25, Ethan Miles. Number 29, Jay Burton. Number 31, Willie Dow. Number 37, Michael Edwards-Gray. Number 41, Chris Bowe. Number 45, Declan Wynn. Number 63, Troy Purton. And number 66, Kai Schumann. Now let's hear it for the Motton Preston Football Club as they make their way onto the field. Number 2, Brady Squires. Number 3, Sam Wormsley. Number 7, Aaron John. Number 9, Sam Brett. Number 11, Nick Hall. Number 17, Ashton Brett. Number 19, Jacob Foley. Number 21, Mick Maguire. Number 22, Jet Lambie. Number 23, Cooper Hampton. Number 24, Alex Triffett. Number 25, Brad King. Number 26, Zach Hardy. Number 30, Trent McCrossan. Number 34, Bentley Johnson. Number 35, Stephen Jones. Number 36, Jack Vanderfeen. Number 39, Clay Sculthorpe. Number 40, Luke Dyson. Number 48, Jalen Haywood. And number 52, Jacob Campbell. Okay, we'll now introduce Mike Brady to sing One Day in September, then the National Anthem. Welcome, Mike Brady.
G'day. It's wonderful to be back, and thank you for having me back too. Well, we put a lot in, and we worked real hard. There are days when we try and days when we start trying to please the crowds when they're unforgiving. There are easier ways to make a living. We've come a long way since the start of things. We've seen the joy that hard work brings. He made us cry, he made us smile. We hit the front, now it's all worthwhile. Here you go, help me, here we go! 'Cause there's one day in September we want to remember. There isn't any doubting we'll be in there shouting. Football's such a part of this whole town, and we know that you won't let us down. Well, there's nothing better than a nice good win. There's no surprise if you let them in. You gotta give your best and then give again. Out there, there's no such thing as friends. We've been our best and we've been our worst. If we do it right, we'll come home first. Gotta get in there, make them sag, hit them hard, take the flag. Okay, here we go! 'Cause there's one day in September we want to remember. There isn't any doubting we'll be in there shouting. Football's such a part of this whole town, and we know that you won't let us down. Now last time, here we go. 'Cause there's one day in September we want to remember. There isn't any doubting we'll be in there shouting. Football's such a part of this whole town, and we know that you won't let us down.
I'll now call both teams to come over while we sing the National Anthem. Both teams.
Could you please be upstanding if you're able for the national anthem of Australia? Here we go. Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair. Here we go.
Righto, we're coming to the middle here for the coin toss. We'll do the coin toss here in the middle, then let the boys go back and warm up. East have won the toss, elected to kick to the C end. Mike will be back again at half time to sing us a couple more songs.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Ulverstone for the NWFA Grand Final of 2025. It's East Ulverstone up against Motton Preston. And Mike Brady with a bit of a pre-game performance there to get everyone up and about. A thriller of a reserves final before this. A 3-point victory for Wesley Vale over East Ulverstone. The East Ulverstone seniors now looking to go one better here. They enter this game off the back of a phenomenal season. Just the one loss, 13 wins, top of the table. They made their way through with a win over Wesley Vale in the second semi-final. Motton Preston slightly longer out. They beat Wesley Vale by 9 points in a thriller last week. Beat fourth before that. At East Ulverstone, having not won a flag in 23 years, looking to create some history today up against Motton Preston in the grand final for the third year running. I'm Andrew Calling, looking forward to bringing this one to you. Should be an absolute belter. And we're underway as Dyson tries to get first use for the Demons. Just overrunning it was Orton. Umpire has spotted a free kick. It's going to go the way of Alex Triffett. So Motton Preston have first use out of the middle here. Triffett sends it up towards the half-forward line. That's going to be easily chopped off back there, though. Sliding across to intercept was Slatter. Keeps things moving into the middle of the ground. The Crows, a wonderful season. Looking to finish the job here. And that kick straight down the throat of Dyson. Cool but fine conditions for this one. That one's spiked away there by Miles. Ground level there. Lambie now trying to turn away with it. He's gone holding the ball. Umpire pings him. Thinking he got the high contact free kick was Lambie. Just realising now that it's been paid the other way. So East Ulverstone to take over. Long ball up towards the half-forward line. Both teams a little scrappy in possession early on here. First inside 50 of the contest will go the way of the Crows. Applying some pressure It was Dow, kicked out of there. Around the corner. Looming there is Jack Orton. He's going to be a real threat today. Strong tackle laid. That will force a stoppage. We tossed up Crows on the attack here. One down. Trying to gather it was Purton. Couldn't quite. A free kick for a hold. Nothing doing. Lambie flicks the handball over the top, trying to find Squires immediately under some duress there, and Edwards Gray escorts him across the line. A tight final series in the NWFA. Will we get more of the same today? Turning out of trouble there, it was Brett. Sends it up the wing, searching for Lambie, but just running out of real estate. That one will be an East Ulverstone ball. Miles guides it up, but chopped off back there by Squires. So both teams a little uncertain in possession early on in this one. Big occasion, plenty of nerves out there, I'm sure, as the Demons look to get going forward for the first time today by Van der Veen, who spots up Sculthorpe. Assesses his options. And guides a kick inside and found a good marking target. The form of Haywood. Haywood with a low grubber of a kick into the pocket, chopped off, clearing the area half. Straight back to Haywood, who gets a shot away on goal, and he's just offline for a minor score. So first score of the contest to behind to Motton Preston. They're on the board here in the grand final. White kick is marked by Schumann. Oh, his kick a dodgy one. Cut off by Hall. Immediately plays on. Let's fly from 55. Hall thumps it to the square, and drifting in is Sculthorpe, who'll go back and surely kick the first of the grand final. A poor kick coming out of defence, and Hall wasted no time getting it in deep. And Clay Sculthorpe can get the Motton Preston Demons off and running in the 2025 grand final. First blood goes the way of the Demons, the underdogs in this one. But it's been a very tight final series. Expecting more of that here. And certainly capable of causing an upset here are Motton Preston in their third grand final over the last few years. East Ulverstone looking to finish off. It's been an incredibly successful season. Still got to get it done on the biggest stage. Good smother there from Jones. Shut that down well. Kick inside, forward 50. Just short there for Ivory. And spills between the legs, and Squires takes it away, gave it off to Dyson. Dyson now launches long, but that's intercepted. Will Jones was on short, that's ignored. Instead drove it in the Orton direction. Orton clean below his knees. Manufactures a kick up towards the half-forward line. Looking for a hold there was Phillips. It won't matter, his teammate comes in to take the mark. And they'll drive it inside the forward 50. The likely target will be Jack Orton. Kick goals for fun this season. Drew Orton gives the handball away. Flying shot from Edwards Gray from long range to the goal square. Not quite the mark. Some defending done by Campbell. Pressure being applied by Ivory. The Demons able to clear the area. Squires has been busy on hands and knees. He shovels it out. Found its way to King. King gets himself into trouble. Just slapped on, but the umpire's whistle is blown. And free kick will go the way of the Crows. So Kurt Phillips. Does he fancy himself from outside the paint here? Take a thumping kick. From the back of the square, Phillips launches it deep. Won't quite have the journey, but plucked in the square by Troy Purton. Just read it better in the air than Dyson is. There in Johnson is sent to the deck. Bit of feeling in this one early, but Troy Purton can go back and get his first of the game. Cut the margin back to 1 point from directly in front. Makes no mistake. It's a goal apiece here at Ulverstone, 6.5 minutes in. Motton Preston holding sway by a point. Back to the middle they go, reaching in with Schumann, just towed off the deck towards the half-forward line. The Demons inside 50, but it'll be shut down back there by Slatter. Whistle sounds before Miles can get a clean possession. It'll be brought back. Free kick going the way of the Crows. Jones presenting, goes into the corridor instead for Horton. Horton pulls his kick wide, spied Schumann in space, handball back inboard for Drew Horton, who's run down, and Brett will get the free kick there. Trying to play on through the corridor, but just coming unstuck there, the Crows. Now Ashton Brett, defensive side of the wing, stabs one into the middle, breaking it up was Will Jones, handball back inside, found its way there to Dow, and he is also run down. It's hot in the kitchen early on here. Free kick going the way of Lambie. Been busy early on for the Demons. Called to play on here is Lambie. That kick just the 15 to John. Precise ball finds Sculthorpe. Sculthorpe drives it inside the forward 50, and some good body work from the skipper Jesse Shepherd. Takes the contested mark. Just looked his forward underneath the football. Leaves the pressure there. Tries to send him the other way. Chopped off though by Campbell. He fists it out of play. Sculthorpe takes it out of the ruck. Kicks it round the corner. No one really in the vicinity. King not able to get to it, so it'll be tossed into play once more. Tight opening to this contest. Trying to take it out of the ruck was King. Lambie unable to wriggle free. Thumping hit out there, clears the vicinity, charging onto it, Bogue, and he looks to show some dash here, Bogue. Breaks free and then launches the Crows to half forward. The kick through the hands of Burton, but they're on out the back here. If Beveridge can gather, has some support in the form of Callan Mann. The snap from the pocket. He's out of bounds on the full. Good speed of ball movement there. First real flowing passage of this contest as we tick the 10-minute mark. Foley launches. Finds a teammate and half-back in Luke Dyson. Kicks towards centre wing and plucking that one, Sculthorpe. Strong start from Clay Sculthorpe. Guides this one up towards a contested half forward, but nicely plucked again in defence. Choking off back there, Tyson Slatter. Drives it down the line, and working hard to give him an option was Beveridge. Beveridge sends it to a contest at half forward, helped on its way by Dow, then just towed off the deck inside forward 50. First to it, Squires, under some pressure, Squires just gets his kick away in time. Fisted away, giving a contest was Phillips. Ball spilt the way of Sculthorpe, flicked it out the back, and Dyson will send it wide, arriving to provide a contest there. Miles broke the play up, now has to battle against two. Did pretty well in the end. Ball kicked back into the corridor. Thumped out of there by Purton. Ball took an unfortunate bounce for Mann, but he'll get the ball anyway. Thought about the early handball, then decided to tumble a kick inside forward 50. Trying to get freeze the dangerous Jack Horton. Brilliant vision. His handball over the top to Drew Horton works, and the Crows have their second. Really good stuff there from the Orton boys. Jack just had the presence of mind to send the handball over the top. Drew Orton runs into an open goal, and East Ulverstone have 2 in a row here as they take the lead for the first time in the 2025 Grand Final. Of course, a phenomenal season in front of the big sticks for Jack Orton. 122 goals in just 14 games. Sets that one up. You fancy he'll have a say on the scoreboard with a few of his own this afternoon. The Demons will immediately pump it forward here, though. Contest inside forward 50. The Crows defence again doing a pretty good job to break it up and head back towards the middle of the ground. Purton couldn't quite reel that in, applied some pressure. Edwards-Gray trying to skip free, but the umpire's whistle had sounded. As Edward-Gray sends his opponent to the deck. It's going to go back and be a free kick, though. The Demons work it up to half forward, trying to juggle the mark. Johnson just outpointed, though, by Jones. Jones has to follow up and contest with Harding. Umpire says high contact, free kick the way of Edwards-Gray. Schumann keeps the ball moving quickly and almost a pluck there for Beveridge. Brought it to ground at ground level. He looks to spin free. He released now the handball to Viney. Viney back over the top. Return ball to Beveridge. Can he keep it in? Some good defensive pressure from Brett. They force a stoppage. Plenty of intensity in this battle early on. You'd expect nothing less. In a grand final, it's been final series filled with close encounters. East Ulverstone just the one loss all season, but doesn't mean they're going to be able to do it easy here against this Motton, Preston and outfitters. Bradley King takes it and gets it moving quickly inside the forward 50, and it's nicely done by Nicholas Hall. Plucks it very nicely indeed, and he can go back and try and restore the lead for the Demons here. So Hall will kick from about 40 outs. It's across the face. A minor score only. So 4 points in the lead for the Crows as they'll reload out of defence here. Heath Horton. Thumping kick up towards the middle of the ground. Dow worked his man under the ball, then cleverly paddled it forward to Schumann, who pumps it in deep here for the Crows. Horton out the back. Here he is. Jack Horton runs into an open goal and kicks the Crows third. The Centurion, Jack Horton, who has bagged goals for fun this year, set up the last one, gets that one. And after the Demons bagged the first, it's 3 on the bounce for the Crows, who are looking dangerous inside the forward 50 early in this one. So 10 points the lead for the minor premiers. Heaved out of there by Dyson. Pressure came for Johnson. Burrows back in. He's wrapped up by Horton, though. Thumped out of there by Schumann. A couple of Demons can raffle it. As Brett sends it wide. Found Dyson in some space. Luke Dyson. Kicks to a 2-on-1 favouring the Crows. Ground level though, Bradley King scooped it up, flicked the handball across. Foley picks out a target. Nice ball use there. And finds Jalen Haywood, who enters this game on 99 goals for the year. This would be the century for Jalen Haywood. For goal number 100. And to cut the margin back to 4 points. Raise the bat, Jalen. He drives it through the middle. It's a century for Jalen Hayward on the season. 100 goals. What an achievement that is. An important settler for his side in the grand final here. They cut the margin back to 4 points and stop a run of 3 for East Ulverstone. Comes the second Centurion in the competition this year. I mentioned Jack Alton, the other one. One down. Pressure came from Will Jones, wrapping up Brett. Doing the ruck work there was Miles, following the ball Johns, just got his handball away in time. Slipping was Brett, and that invited the pressure from the Crows, and the free kick is paid their way. Orton looming as the target, but then drifting in is Purton. Just attacked the ball superbly there. Did big Troy Purton. Read it in flight, sprung up. And to immediately answer back here. Restore the 10-point lead. Troy Purton drives it right through the middle. They're taking their chances early on here, the Crows. They're 4 straight 24, leading Motton Preston 2-14. Troy Purton, powerful play out of full forward there. Defence perhaps occupied by Orton. Slipping in behind him was Purton. The ruck able to get it initially. Handball from King. Kicked around the corner. Turned over though as Stephen Jones heads wide. Walking towards the football, Thompson Purton, who will apply some pressure now and bring down Zach Harding. Coming through the contest was Edwards Grave. His handball was shark there by Campbell, who drives the Demons inside 50, almost a mark to Sculthorpe. Hall flicked it through for Hayward for his second of the contest. Not quite. Just offline to the right. East Ulverstone wasting no time. They drive it out of defence. An absolute roost up there towards the middle of the ground. It's chopped off though by Van der Veen. Just worked off it by Beveridge, and then climbing on set was Horton. Real intent to move the ball quickly from both sides in this one, in the opening 20 minutes. Plenty of speed on the game. Thumped forward with authority by Jones. That might be a high contact free kick going the way of Lambie. It will be. He'll go back and kick from around about 40 out. So Jet Lambie. Wheels out to his right. Won't quite have the distance. Off hands in the goal square. Jones first to the fall of the ball and looks to burst away with some speed. He has a bounce, has another one. A little untidy in the end. Scrambled a kick out of there. And bodies mill around the ball. The umpire circles. Ruck work there from Miles to win it down. Kick forward by Triffett. Sends it inside forward. 50. Slick handball to John. John on the run. Squares it across the face. Good vision, but the defence arrived and infringing in the umpire's estimation. It's going to be a free kick going the way of the prolific Hayward. Or a chopping of the arms. His second of the quarter, Jalen Hayward. Hayward makes the goal umpire work and he lets them off the hook. A miss there, so 2 goals for. Just missed a couple they might like back, the Demons here, but certainly creating some goal-scoring opportunities. Shepherd spots up Edwards Gray at centre-half back. He'll go right down the middle of the ground. Kicks to a contest. Beautifully marked, and they'll move it quickly. Sends it inside 50. Leading out was Orton. Seen away from him. Cleared out of the area by Hamilton. Contest to be won. Might have been a grab on the jumper there of Triffett. Didn't matter. He sprung away with the football anyway. Has a bounce and then lofts it inside towards the half-forward region. Tracking it there was Lambie. Turning away with the football, Thompson Burton. Across the ground, some good vision. He spies Heath Horton. Picks him out to perfection. Horton now continues to move the ball with real purpose as he found Dow, who launches it forward. Well judged by Jay Burton. It's the mark ahead of Walmsley. Squares it up and finds Burton. Jay to Troy. And Troy Burton will go back. Trying to extend his lead. His side's lead to 14 points. They've been taking their chances early in this one. The Demons missing a couple at the other end. This would sting. Troy Burton having an influence on this one early. Punches at Garwood. Looks pretty good off the boot. Straight through the middle from Burton. The Crows with 5 goals straight to start this grand final. They are taking their opportunities and lead this one by 14 after 23 minutes. Burton getting it down in front of goal. Couple for him already. Go back to the middle. Phillips tries to crash through, but he's immediately brought to the deck by Squires. One down by Miles. He's flying as the handball's heaved over the top. Just unable to reel it in was McCrossan. He'll follow up at ground level, but he's immediately climbed on top of. And a free kick paid to Heath Horton. A little wry smile on his face. He was fully expecting that. He'll take it though, Horton, and he'll pump it in deep. And he finds Horton, who got some separation there. In fact, well, off the ball there, Horton must have been given 50 metres. Because he has been marched to the goal square to just drop that one through. 6 straight, the Crows. As Horton, I think it was entering the protected zone there, would be the call. So Horton denied his second, but they won't mind who gets them. Horton marched to the square where he puts it through. Definitely protected zone infringement there from the player to his right. Thank you very much, says Heath Horton. Ulverstone with 2 quick ones. And they extend their lead here to 20 points. After a couple of missed opportunities for Motton Preston to cut the margin back under a goal. The Crows go bang bang. They're looking very efficient forward of centre here. Every time they go inside 50, looking liable to score a goal. Motton Preston defence just unable to stick with them at the moment. And that one a bit of a gift from midfielders. This one's rucked down. The Crows will look to go forwards once again. Kick around the corner, just through the hands. Edwards Gray was there, forced backwards. Here's Squires now. Squires tumbles a low grubber of a kick towards Haywood, who spears one inside forward 50 through the hands of Hall. He'll spring up and get first to it though. Couldn't take it cleanly initially. Got it away, but then hands it off to Shepherd, and Shepherd just manufactures a kick to Edwards Gray, who heads up the wing. Troy Burton working hard up the ground. There's a real purpose about their ball movement, the Crows. They get it inside 50 again here. Beveridge round the corner. Orton in a one-on-one with Foley. Orton gathers and snaps. And sends it across the face. No score there. It'll be tossed back into play. Good defensive work from Foley. As the ball's back into play. Battle away at ground level here. Might be... It'll just be a ball up. Thought Ivory might have got one there for a second, but just a quick whistle for the ball up. So tossed up late in quarter number one. Crows out by 20 points here. Some good work in quarter number one. In the break, a 23-year flag drought. And off to a strong start in that endeavour. Burton wins it down. Arriving with speed was Beveridge, but he's stripped of it, and that'll be holding the ball. The free kick goes the way of Johnson. Saving tackle there. Heads wide. Found Maguire at half-back, who drives them up the wing. Some good work done there by Sculthorpe. He's impressed here in quarter number one. Gets things moving up towards the half-forward line, and Nicholas Hall balks. Oh, dances around Shepherd. Then he fires it towards the goal square for a remarkable goal. Nicholas Hall, how do you like that? Snapping some ankles on the paint of 50, then finishing from the angle. That is outstanding from Nicholas Hall. He'll take something special to beat that for goal today. It's just what his team needed too. They cut the margin back to 14, just sold Shepherd the candy, and then spied the open goal square and finished with aplomb. Brilliant stuff. What a team lifter. And the Demons needed that one to break a run of Crows goals. Back to 14 points late in quarter number one. The goals flowing in the grand final here. You love to see it, as dispossessed was Harding. Pye says he got the handball away in time and will toss it up. Jones applying pressure. Wing cracks in after it. Just ducking into some oncoming traffic was Bentley Johnson. Edwards great, crunching him there. McCrossan trying to force it out, but he's going nowhere. Well, the Demons will launch it out of there via the boot of Squires. Off hands. Man ripped off the football. Might have got one a little high. It'll be a free kick going the way of Callan Mann. Drives it wide to Jones. Finesses one with the left, made wing work for it, and he's run down by Johnson, holding the ball to Cole. A whole lot of pride there, but a good tackle from Johnson, who takes his time, gets crunched after he kicks it, and then that's well intercepted by Slatter. See the crowd packed in there, well-attended grand final. What has been a breathless opening quarter, and the crowd in good voice at the moment as it kicks off, and man drives the Crows forward. Can they sneak another one before the break here? Worked out towards Beveridge. The pressure will come. He has some support, and Dow, umpire's whistle sounded. Everyone looking around a little confused. It'll be Beveridge's free kick. Tight to the boundary line. You just square it up to the hot spot. Let the big men get to work. Burton palms off. Umpire has plucked a free kick. It's going to go the way of Dow. And the home crowd liking that one. Will Dow should be able to go back and make it 7 straight for the Crows. in the opening term. And Dow makes no mistake and lets the defence know all about it. Campbell didn't love the decision. Dow loves the goal. Plenty of feeling out there, and a 20-point lead the way of East Ulverstone. So we have a look at the contest here. Just brought down without the football, the call from the umpire. He might have put a little bit of mayo on that one, I think, Dow. There was certainly contact without the ball. And he made sure the umpire saw it. And he was rewarded. Kicks the goal. And let Jacob Campbell know. So Jack Orton, handball out to Jones, who gets absolutely clattered into after he kicked it. I expect he'll get the free kick here. Perhaps another chance here for the Crows. It'll be Edwards-Gray who gets it. And he launches a high ball. But he's hit the deck there. Umpire says play on. And there is the siren. A high-scoring and entertaining opening term here at Ulverstone, the NWFA Grand Final. It's the minor premiers with a handy break. 7 straight. They took all their chances. Motton Preston battled hard. They're right in this contest. And they're 20 points adrift, 3-4-22. Might need to just sharpen up a little in front of goal. East Ulverstone, good value for their lead though. It's been a fast-paced and furious opening to this one. Quarter time. It's the Crows by 20 points. Back shortly with the second term in the 2025 NWFA Grand Final.
Okay, we'd like to thank our sponsors,
Clay Sculthorpe,
Banjo's Bakery,
and yet
Ramcorp,
Motton Preston
Top
Demons off and running
Sports Power,
in the 2025 Grand Final. First blood goes the way of the Demons.
Taspac, and
Take a thumping kick.
We appreciate the ones that sponsor
On the back of the square, Phillips launches it deep. Won't quite have the journey, but plucked in the square by Troy Purton. Just read it better in the get his first of the game. Cut the margin back to 1 point from directly in front. Makes no mistake. It's a goal apiece here at Ulverstone, 6.5 minutes in. Motton Preston trying to get freeze the dangerous Jack Orton. Brilliant vision. He's handball over the top to Drew Orton. Works, and the Crows have their second. Really good stuff there from the Orton boys. Jack just had the... They're going to be able to do it easy here against this Motton Preston and outfitters. Bradley King takes it and gets it moving quickly inside the forward 50, and it's nicely done by Nicholas Hall. So Hall will kick from about 40 outs. It's across the face. A minor score only. Forward to Schumann, who pumps it in deep here for the Crows. Orton out the back. Here he is. Jack Orton runs into an open goal and kicks the Crows third. The Centurion, Jack Orton, who has the Crows. Ground level though, Bradley King scooped it up, flicked the handball across. Foley picks out a target. Nice ball use there. And to cut the margin back to 4 points. Raise the bat, Jalen. He drives it through the middle. It's a century. Paid their way. Orton looming as the target, but then drifting in is Purton. Point lead, Troy Purton. Drives it right through the middle. They're taking their chances early on here, the Crows. They're 4 straight 24. Leading Motton Preston 2-14. Sculthorpe, Hall flicked it through for Haywood for his second of the contest. Not quite. Just offline to the right. East Ulverstone wasting no time. They drive it out of defence. An absolute makes the goal umpire work, and he lets them off the hook. A miss there, so 2 goals for. Just a couple they might like back the Demons here, but certainly more. So ready to go with the second term here as the Demons look to hit back, but Squires going nowhere. Under pressure from Will Jones. Thumped out of there by Schumann. Running onto it was Campbell. Swept the handball back inboard. That kick not going anywhere. Callum Mann, some good vision back inside towards Dow. He was stripped of it, trying to get through there, Brett, but he too brought down. Campbell bends one and found a teammate in the form of Harding. Balked one way, then lasered one with the right out in the direction of Lambie. Tracking the football, some pressure applied by Miles. Lambie stops, props, and then swings one over the shoulder. Hall kicked a miraculous goal in quarter number one. Can't bring that one under his spell though. Eventually locked to him and it'll be tossed up. And down in the direction of Johnson. Heaved the handball out to Sculthorpe. Sculthorpe released it back towards Lambie. Lambie. Now Johnson scrubs a kick in the direction of Brett. Brett just lofts one high up towards the teeth of goal and clattered his Haywood. He'll get the free kick if it wasn't 15 for the mark. Absolutely made to feel that. Just got smashed, did Jalen Haywood. Kicked one in the first term. This for his second. And just the start his side are looking for. So Haywood for goal number 2. Kicked his 100th of the season in the opening term. And there's goal number 101, his second of the game. And that's just the start to the term that the Demons were after. They cut the margin back to 14 points. They certainly needed an early goal in this term for that margin. Got just a little unmanageable early on, but back within 14 here as Brett looks to send the Demons forward immediately again. Tumbles one in the direction of Lambie, seen away from him there. Defending the situation was Thompson Purton. He thumps one towards the middle of the ground. Tackle late again by Brett. Squires, high up and under, thumped on by Johnson. In the end, bounced back towards him, but he's immediately wrapped up. Heath Horton in there. Slung off his kick is Schumann. Handballed out towards Campbell, couldn't gather cleanly. Jones came flying over the top of him. John and Brett work together. They try and string some handballs and eventually they work it to Jones, who can get a kick on out of there, but Schumann, the only one behind the ball, has time to recover the spilt mark and stab one down the line to Jones. Thumping kick up in the direction of Dow. Pressure arriving now from the Demons. The bodies crash in. Dyson faked the handball, then scooped it over the top. Just had a bit of a task there for Jones. Backtracking, lost his footing. The pressure coming from Callan Mann, who wants to deliver it. The umpire says, yep, insufficient intent. So Callan Mann will stab one and almost find the big forward Orton. His handball over the top, showed good vision to get to Purton. Kick 3 in the opening term. Purton, he snaps for another one and he's offline. He was running hot in quarter number 1. Was Purton. Couldn't quite get that one where he wanted. So 15 points the lead. Scrapping away is Squires. One down by Dyson, only so far though as Dow. He's kicked towards a contest, spiked away back towards the paint of 50. Will Jones dances round one, straightens up and kicks the goal for the Crows. So East Ulverstone get 50. Their 8th. Jones Will gets Jones on the board. Dances round one, straightens, danced around the defender, had the composure to steady himself and makes no mistake. Extends the lead back out to 21 points. So out of the middle goes Dyson. High ball pitches in front of Sculthorpe. Slick handball, and then that one straight to Beveridge. Beveridge got it moving quickly, trying to find Horton. Couldn't quite do so. Demons now will go back inside forward 50, but intercepting back there, Slatter, who's taking a few intercept marks behind the ball in this one. The kick was a shocker though, straight to Campbell. Campbell's kick didn't find a target inside 50, but Hall gave the slick handball. Flying shot towards Hayward. Can he keep it in? He does, but arriving back in defence. Able to just see that one across the line for a rush behind. Player's whistle sounding. After a brief stoppage, we're back underway. It's a poor kick straight to Squires. Squires will wheel and go. He closes in on the paint of 50. He gives it a ride. The wind just catches it and drifts it out towards the corridor. There's the pocket rather. It'll be tossed in. You can see the wind certainly a factor there. The trees blowing in the background. It's picked up as this one's tossed in and Schumann just gets boot to ball. That one too will tumble across the line and be tossed back in. Back into play. Squires doing some ruck work, but the Crows able to clear the area. Thumping kick up towards the bullseye. In the middle of the ground, ball to be won. It's won by Brett. Forces it forward for Motton Preston. Can Squires trap this one? Not quite as able to repel there was Ivory. Only temporary reprieve though. The pressure going to be right back on them. Dyson couldn't gather cleanly. It's a real scrap at ground level. And holding the ball, I think, is the umpire. Paid there. He's just clearing out the area, right. Well, it'd been an odd decision. Time to clear out so he can toss it up. Brett tosses up. Dyson up against Schumann. Schumann winning it down, but here's Squires who's stripped of it. Recovered, got the handball to Lambie, and then it's round the corner where all on his lonesome is Johnson. He's tight to the boundary line here. So he's just going to square it up. When searching there for Sculthorpe. Ball out the back now. Tracking this one, Harding, who's worked off the football and it's out of play. They're pressing here, the Demons. Probing, getting the ball inside forward 50, but the Crows defence holding firm for the time being. A 20-point lead in so. Wynn got a hold of that throw, looking for the free kick. Lambie. The umpire says, I will toss it up. Bogue against King. He ruck particularly decisively, and they'll go again. King with the body work. Trying to extract the football, Johnson. Rinse and repeat. Well, locked in this part of the ground, and blood rule blown here, which will create temporary stoppage. So back underway after the blood rule. Crow is able to clear defensive 50. Regathered by Campbell, flicked it slightly indiscriminately. Ground level Dyson was impressive, got it on, and scrappy kick takes a bit of a chaotic bounce. Tracking it is Johnson, body on the line, slapped out of there by Harding. Triffett trying to gather under pressure though. It's just stoppage after stoppage inside the Demons forward 50 at the moment. Can they get a goal to show for it? Try and make some inroads on this East Ulverstone lead. Been pressing here, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. Triffett's handball. Looked it back to Jones, sets it up. Good defensive work from Thompson Purton again. Burrowing in after it's Will Jones, releases the handball. Taken perhaps without the football, Nicholas Hall. Unfortunate not to get a free kick. Brett skies it. And the relieving mark is taken by Heath Horton. Horton wastes no time. Maybe should have taken a little longer. Just blazed it straight down the throat of Dyson. Dyson to Jacob Campbell. Campbell spots the overlapping run, uses it in the form of Squires. Squires stabs it into the pocket. Horton getting back, broke it up. His handball a little hot to handle. Hayward crashed in. Squires blazing away and missing the lot. When you're playing there, attacking 50, just unable to find the goal they need to show for it though. Dyson again, gets the hands up. Blocks it off, having a hard time getting anything clean out of the back half at the moment. Oh, the Crows. Dyson battling away with Schumann. Shepherd tries to bust his way through. Campbell has time to pick an option. He went searching for Lambie. Body on the line from Phillips, who's come off worse for wear in that defensive effort. Gingerly back to his feet now, is trying to skip free is Harding. Squaring ball, can he find King? Oh, well done there, Slatter. Umpire says free kick. Well, Slatter had just done enough. Umpire says jumping in the arms, free kick the way of King, and they need this one, do the Demons, because they've spent nearly this entire quarter on the attack. And a goal apiece to show for it at the moment. Firmly on top this term, but not making any inroads whatsoever. They can do so here, though, via the boot of Bradley King. Crowd trying their utmost to put him off, but they can't do so. Bradley King drives it through, and Motton Preston close back within 14 points. Front on contact. Probably the call there from the umpire. Triffett. Doing his best there was Slatter. Tough situation for any defender as they're back to the middle. The quick handball off there to Lambie. Lambie's kick out its way to Johnson. Just released the handball in time to the goal to Jones. Jones drifts one into the pocket. Tracking it is Sculthorpe. Can't quite chase it down. Back into play. Slatter brought down. The umpire signalling holding the ball. He had the arms free, needed to try and handball it clear. So the free kick will go the way of Jet Lambie, and a chance for 2 in a minute here for the Demons. The pressure eventually perhaps telling. They've worked their way back into the contest nicely. Can they get a second quick goal? That's a poor kick. This was a bit uncertain about the wind perhaps. Just stood it up instead and Jones chopped it off. Cross to Slatter. Slatter launches it outside, helped on its way by Ivory, and spills across the line. It's about as far advanced as the Crows have gotten in the last 10 minutes or so. The ball just hitting a bit of a demon wall. Half forward at the moment. They still have a 14-point lead after a strong opening term. One down by Miles. Forced out of there by McCrossan. King just shoved off it by Purton. And red hot in quarter number one. Kicked 3 goals. High ball inside towards Orton. Just getting the handball away was Foley. Orton snaps. That was smothered. Off the deck into the pocket. Viney trying to get there, but it's just blasted out of defence. Jones forced out of there by Dyson. Umpire's whistle had sounded. The throw's been called. It's going to be a free kick the way of Phillips. Low, flat, ugly-looking ball that Orton did his utmost to pluck. And in the umpire's estimation, he did pluck. Real slip scratch there. Defender disagrees, but Orton paid the mark. And the competition's leading marksman. An extraordinary amount of goals this season. Jack Orton, 123. Looking for his second of the afternoon. He knows where the big sticks are, this man. He has his second. And East Ulverstone making the most of limited opportunities this quarter. They've been firmly on the back foot. Yet it's 2 goals apiece for the term. The lead back at 20 points. As it was at quarter time. And Motton Preston, frustrated by that. General play, they've been the better side this quarter, but the lead back out to 20. East Ulverstone taking their chances. And they're so dangerous when they can get it inside forward 50. So many weapons. They're making their mark here as Jones with a wide ball. Took a bit of an awkward bounce for Dow. Jones picks it up towards the half-forward line, spills out the back. Big ball to be won here, just trying to paddle it to his own advantage was Harding, but he paddled it right to the defender. And it's launched out of there. Arriving to spoil is John, and sees it across the line. Rucks grapple. Harding couldn't quite get clean possession there. Callum Mann's kick charge down. McCrossan worked it to Wormsley. Wormsley heads too wide, out of bounds on the full. Thompson Purton to take over. Stabs a short one to Mann. Mann guides it into the middle of the ground. Found Shepherd, who just handed it off to a dashing Horton, who drives it inside, looking for Purton, spiked away from him. Purton tries to impose himself physically, then burrows in after the football. The defence does enough, and cool and composed was Foley. Now Campbell, able to work it out of there, sets King a task. Slatter got across to break things up, now spills the way of Shepherd. Shepherd releases to Mann. Busy here in quarter number 2, he works it up towards the forward 50. Shut down and a throw, says the umpire. Maguire disagrees, but it's going to lead to another chance for this man, Orton. They can go back and try and kick 2 in a row and make it 3 for the afternoon. Join Preston with 3 goals and extend the lead out to 26 points. So Orton leans back and he misses this time, just across the face. And yells too. They've been pretty sharp in front of goals this afternoon. Have the Crows. Went off there as Campbell, well, stops props, didn't have anything he liked. In the end, forced to kick to a 2-on-1. Spilt the way of Bogue. Bogue blasts his side inside 50, tracking it is Burton, but he can't get there in time. Orton slaps it back centrally. Pressure comes from Edwards-Gray. Cleared away by Dyson. High ball, Horton. Read it. And snavelled it and now looks up. Sees a pretty crowded forward 50 ahead of him. So just waits for his forwards to make a move and then he finds Troy Burton. But he was over the line. Out of bounds on the full. Clearing kick up towards centre wing. Numbers favour the Crows there. Awesome strength from Bogue. Just got rid of one, then pumped it inside forward 50. It was chopped off though. Again, parked behind the football, Luke Dyson. Now it's the Crows doing a reasonable job of locking in this game. Ebbing and flowing. Sculthorpe at ground level, can't get it free. Thumped forward by Bogue, thumped straight though to McCrossan. McCrossan's handball broken up by Horton. Crows can go forward here. Searching kick. Squires ran into his own teammate, fell the way of Dyson, who just blasted out of there towards the middle of the ground. And Demon's able to get a kick inside forward 50. Might be over the shoulder for a kick going the way of the Demons. Is it going to be downfield as well? Does the umpire see this one? It is, it'll be downfield. So Nicholas Hall will get it. Within goal scoring range, kicked an absolute beauty in quarter number 1. Can he get his second and cut the margin back to 15? Nicholas Hall sends it on its way from 40. And he does the business. A lovely kick there from Hall. A costly downfield free kick to concede. And Hall makes no mistake. 2 nice goals for him. And they cut the margin back to 15 points. Important that they do make some inroads on that lead this term. They've been the better side, but it was the Crows who were winning the quarter up to that point. Back within 15 as we head to the middle of the ground. Red time in the first half of the NWFA Grand Final. Dyson just takes it out of the ruck himself, sends it forward. And the mark is juggled by Sculthorpe. Kicked the opening goal of the game. Can he get a second? Come the third multiple goal score for each side and cutting the margin back to 9. Clay Sculthorpe for 2 in a minute here for Motton Preston. Doesn't have the line or the distance. Slatter gets back and intercepts, so no score there. Slatter spots up Thompson Purton. He too opts for a short one, but it was broken up by Campbell. Arriving Johnson. Ball spills out the back. And that's just whacked straight across the line from Thompson Purton. Umpire says it was in the contest, so can toss it back into play. Smashed on by Dyson. Beautifully done by Haywood. Gets boot to ball, won't quite have the journey. Slatter was composed on the last line of defence. And they'll work it out of there, but they're set up behind the ball here, the Demons, and it'll be speared back inside. And the mark is taken there by Sam Brett. Done a pretty good job locking the ball inside or getting the ball back in quickly when they have got it in deep in this quarter of the Demons. So Sam Brett can cut the margin back to 9 points here. Gets under the kick slightly. Will it have the journey? Not quite. Just holds up in the wind. It's been a real factor this quarter. Danger not yet past though, as it's worked back to John. John kicks right to the line, and getting a hand up was Slatter. And through for a minor score. So Dow smashes it out of there. Campbell will win the football back though for Motton Preston. Up and under kick. Tracking it, Brett had 3 to fly against, and then straight up in the air from Trifford. That wouldn't be 15, so they just try and punch it on. Jones just got the ball away. Then a good tackle from Edwards Gray locks it in. As Trifford tried to crash on through. Spiked on by Dyson. Might be in the back there. How's the umpire see it? I think it is going to be a free kick the way of the Demons going to Lambie. After a couple of missed opportunities, certainly the most gettable opportunity of the last few minutes for Jet Lambie. For Motton Preston to close back within 8. So Jet Lambie, he too misses. Will they rue this 5-minute period or so, the Demons, where they've had a few looks at goal and been unable to take them? Wind not making goal-kicking conditions easy, that's for sure, but 9 goals 2 to 6 goals 7 tells a little bit of the story of the first half. The teams have had periods in the ascendancy. Here's Jones, wheels away with it, thumps it down the line. Umpire's whistle blows. It's going to be a free kick going the way of Stephen Jones. Chisels a short one to Squires. Squires tried to find Brett, but Jones just got there first, worked his way to the ball, then thumps it over the top. Dow was tracking it, buffeted it off the ball. John flies in, trying to bust his way through Phillips. Umpire says over the shoulder. No, he doesn't. He says ball. All right, free kick going the way of Phillips. So Kurt Phillips, can he kick a steadying goal here? Somewhat against the run of play this would be. Kurt Phillips will take his best from the paint of 50. Wheels out to his right. He thumps it. Looks pretty good off the boots. Kurt Phillips lands a blow for the Crows. They've absorbed a lot of pressure in this quarter. Hit the lead that was 20 points at quarter time. He's 19 presently. And they'll take that, given the way this term has played out. Kurt Phillips thumps it through. Gave it a good ride. Wind is favouring that end slightly. So much of the quarter's been played down the other end. And we got a 6-6-6 breach here. Going to be a free kick going the way of Brett. Maybe something behind the ball. Brett will launch Motton Preston forward. Spoiled away from Sculthorpe. Following up Johnson. Kick back inside. Found its way to Haywood. Haywood snaps it across the face. Jones back with the flight. Brought it to ground. Now at ground level. Didn't want to drag it in. Hall worked a handball out of there. Campbell charging after it. ducking one way, then weaves back the other and finds it. Oh, he found Hall, who spilt the beans. He was all on his own. Spent it before he had it, perhaps there, Nicholas Hall. And another reprieve for the Crows. They'll get a free kick going the way of Phillips. You can hear the crowd, they're getting right into this one. Vociferous. Great atmosphere for this decider. And they're appreciating the work of big Troy Purton. He's kicked three and he takes a strong pluck here, looking for Orton. Had two to fly against. They crashed into him. Brought it to ground, busting through his ivory. And they're up by 25 points. They've absorbed a lot of pressure this quarter, the Crows, but they've taken their opportunities up the other end. That'll delight the crowd here, East Ulverstone, with a late goal in quarter number 2. 11-2 to 6-7, 13 scores apiece, but a 25-point lead the way of the minor premiers. Looking to break a 23-year drought and well on their way. A couple of late goals in this quarter, just as Motton Preston were getting right back into it, and it could get better yet as Jones sends his side forward once more. No real direction on that kick. Finds the boundary line. Toss back in. Away from Phillips, and there is the siren. So it's East Ulverstone by 25 points at half-time. They win that quarter by 5, despite spending much of it on the back foot. They are just so potent any time they go forward of centre. They've got some real weapons inside forward 50. Motton Preston missed a few opportunities. It was tough kicking into the wind. They'll feel they should be closer in this one. On balance of play for that term, but unable to eat into the lead at all. And then 2 late goals from the Crows sees them in the ascendancy at half-time, leading the grand final 11-2, 68 to 6-7, 43. A lot of ball game left in this one. And Motton Preston will just fancy if they can tidy up in front of goal, play another quarter in that manner with the wind at their backs here. They can get back into it, set the stage for a cracking final term. But it is the Crows looking to break the drought, who hold a 25-point lead at the main change. Back soon with the second half.
Okay, the 50-50 raffle winner. The ticket is purple. Zero 4470. 004470. It's worth $860. Come and see me down at the microphone if you got her. And again, everybody, we would like to introduce our special guest, Mike Brady, to sing us a couple of songs during the halftime break.
Okay, here's a song that I wrote about Tassie football. I've been in Tasmania a lot in the last few years, and it's a fantastic community thing, as you all know. I don't need to tell you that. It's called the Engine Room, and that refers to the great Tasmanian players that have permeated the AFL. But the wonderful thing is it still goes, and it still has an enormous heritage value, amongst other things, but a currency that is hard to even argue. It's fantastic. So I'm just going to move this over a little bit. Okay, it's called the Engine Room of Aussie Rules. It's the game we played round here since Anthem was a lad. We've seen the champions come and go, we've known the good and bad. We remember those who went to town to mix it with the best, but we love the ones who stayed behind to stand out from the rest. That's what Tassie footy means to all of us that know. It's a big part of our lives, the weekly ebb and flow. And there's nothing like a local game to let your spirits throw. We're the Engine Room of Aussie Rules, and it's the reason that we go. We still play on Saturday, may it always be the same. And it's what it's all about, it's why we play the game. The town turns out to take it in the sunshine or the cold. The teams run out and the siren sounds, and it's on for the young and old. That's what Tassie footy means, it's grassroots through and through. No airs or graces, no matter what you do. We play the game, we share the pain until the flag is won. We're the lifeblood of Aussie Rules, we're here for everyone. That's what Tassie footy means to all of us that know. It's a big part of our game, the weekly ebb and flow. And there's nothing like a local game to let your spirits throw. We're the Engine Room of Aussie Rules, it's the reason that we go. We're the Engine Room of Aussie Rules, it's the reason that we go. Tassie footy. Now, speaking of great champions, from around these parts, one of the greatest AFL players, VFL players that ever played came from here, and of course I'm talking about Doc Baldock, the great Darryl Baldock. And I wrote this song many years ago, probably 44 years ago, and I don't know what it's called actually. I don't have a name for it, but I'll call it Mr. Magic from 44 years ago. I'm going to try and share it with you today. Here we go. Now you've trapped him on the boundary. This time he's gone for sure. Two half-backs on either side, and you're a ruckman too, what's more. Now line him up and iron him out. This time you just can't miss. So goodbye, Doc, and lots of luck. I'll blow you a farewell kiss. Oh, shoulder down, elbow out, you've got the Doc right in your sights. Then suddenly he's just not there, and you thump the man in white. Oh, Darryl Baldock, oh, Darryl Baldock, with the magic with a ball. Well, he could spin to the left inside you, he could blind turn back to the right. As hard to catch as Ronnie Biggs, like a hummingbird in flight. Well, no one ever touched him or caught him with the ball. They saw him here, they saw him there, but he was never there at all. Ah, shoulder down, elbow back, you've got the Doc right in your sights. Then suddenly he's just not there, and you thump a man in white. Oh, Darryl Baldock, oh, Darryl Baldock, Mr. Magic with a ball. Now there's a whole new generation to inherit Baldy's skill. There's Trevor and there's Michael, and the Saints are back with a kill. Oh, when the Saints, oh, when the Saints, oh, when the Saints come marching in, I wanna be there with St. Kilda when the Saints come marching in. the magic with the ball. I wanna be there with St Kilda when Baldy's got the ball. Oh, when the Saints, oh, when the Saints come marching in. I wanna be out there with the doctor when the Saints come marching in. There you go, it's Darren Baldock. Going to finish off now with a song that when I run out to sing it in a couple of weeks' time at the MCG with Snoop Dogg, my very close friend. It will be 46 years since I first sang this at the MCG, and that's a long, long time, and I'm very proud to have done it, and I'm very proud that it still does mean something to the football fans. You know the song, and I'd love you to sing along with me. I know Rick is, aren't you, Rick? No, it's a bit lonely out here, a bit quiet. So if you know the words, help me. Here we go. It's my superannuation. Well, you work to earn a living, but on weekends comes a time you can do whatever turns you on. Go out and clear your mind. Me, I like football. There's a lot of things around, but when you line them up together, a footy wins hands down. Here we go, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out there, 'cause I live in there and fight. Out there and Adam, show them your might. Out there, 'cause I live, don't let them in. Fly like an angel, you're out there to win. Now there's a lot more things to football than really meets the eye. There are days when you could give it up, there are days when you could fly. You either love or hate it, depending on the score. But when your team run out or they kick a goal, how's the mighty roar? Out there, 'cause I get there and fight. Out there and Adam, show them your might. Out there, 'cause I show them your hide. Fight like the devil, the crowd's on your side. Out there, 'cause you're up there to win. In there in Adam, don't let them in. Out there, 'cause show them your hide. Fight like the devil, the crowd's on your side. In there and fight. Out there and Adam, show them your might. Come on! Out there, 'cause show them your hide. Fight like the devil, the crowd's on your side. The crowd is on your side.
Please, everyone, put your hands together for our special guest, Mike Brady. And we can't do this without our sponsors, which is Banjo's Bakery, Ramcorp, Top Cut, Sports Power, White Hawk Apparel, Hardings Group, Impress Print, Taspac, and Cradle Coast Care. We thank you.
So back for the second half here at Ulverstone. And it is East Ulverstone leading by 25 points in the 2025 decider. Trying to snap a 23-year premiership drought. They are well en route to doing that. The job halfway done, but Motton Preston, probably a balance of play. The better side in quarter number 2. Can keep that going and be a little more damaging inside 50. They'll give themselves a shot. East Ulverstone have been very, very efficient going forwards here. That's why they hold a commanding lead, but it's been a pretty even battle in general play. We'll see if that continues in the second half. The Crows, though, with a handy buffer as we get underway. Trying to create history here this afternoon as Miles locks that one in. Campbell was prolific in that second term for the Demons. Snacks of the football. The ruck gets first use, so Campbell just springs through and whacks it. A dumping tackle from Horton. Coming off worse for wear is Lambie as a result. Got absolutely crunched there, Jet Lambie. He's been in the wars this afternoon. A couple of knocks he's taken. One down by Preston, who kicked 3 goals in the opening quarter. A 7-goal first term for the Crows. Despite goal kicking, certainly with the win, you would assume being slightly easier at the other end of the ground. More carry-on kicks, although the win wasn't that much of a factor in the opening term. Picked up a tad in the second. Who can get the all-important first goal here in the second half. Phillips tumbles one around the corner before he's sent to the deck. Campbell with a clearing kick inside the forward 50. Ball spills out. Here's an opportunity for Johnson to steady, and he fires, but fires well wide. Just pitched inside the field of play, though, so not a bad result for Motton Preston. They can set up inside forward 50 here, down in front of a pretty full hill just to the right of your shot there. It's a well-attended game. Here's perhaps an opportunity. Coming through was King. Arriving Sculthorpe. Following up Sculthorpe. Couldn't take it cleanly. Reaching in Thompson Preston. Unable to extricate the football. Brett up against Bogue in the ruck. Swinging a kick is Sculthorpe through the hands, and an opportunity here. Haywood's kick was charged down. Saving smother that, but the danger not yet past. Campbell gets boot to ball, won't have the distance. Still a threat here, the Demons. Off the deck goes King and tumbles it wide of the mark for a behind. So 24 points. Even 4 goals the lead for East Ulverstone as they look to reload from fullback here via the boot of Tyson Slatter. He is precise by foot to Preston. Preston called to play on. His kick a little iffy, almost invites in Hall, who just volleys it back to the middle of the ground to a dangerous area. Some strength shown from Horton, who wheels around onto his right and drives it in the Orton direction. And Jack Orton used the space nicely, reels that one in, has a chance to kick the opening goal of the second half. Kicked 2 in the first half. 122 on the season leading into this one. He keeps this one low, trying to get it under the wind. You can see the impact it's having on goal kicking this end now. It's those 7 that they kicked in the first quarter before things picked up. All the more valuable. Since quarter time, carrying the journey has been very tough to this end. You can see the trees in the background, just how much it's impacting them. Umpire blows the stoppage. We fancy if Motton Preston are to make a game of this, they need to make their move this quarter. Brett tackled off the football. Edwards-Gray sees it out. If the margin stays around this mark at 3/4 time, it'll be very, very tough sledding indeed for the Demons in the final quarter. Big third term, the premiership quarter they call it, may well be decisive in settling this premiership. Trying to burrow his way through was Edwards-Gray. Umpire calls another stoppage. Dyson and Purton. Purton just gets rid of Dyson and snaps one. Helped on its way by Dow. Ball to be won here and winning it and snapping is Burton of the J variety, but he can't get his shot on line. Just the behind. So Foley take the kick out. NWFA Grand Final 2025 brought to you by Banjos, sponsors of the league. So this one's driven out of defence and well marked by Brady Squires, who gets things moving quickly, who sends it over the top. Having to work his way from behind was Brett, did it nicely. And now he can drive the Demons inside the forward 50. Can they find a marking target? Haywood was there, brings it under his spell. Squaring handball's a good one to Triffett. Triffett gets a shot away. It's drifting across the face. And a behind only. Couldn't quite keep it on target. Back to an even 24. So here's Horton. Saunters out of defence. Drives it out, but drove it straight to Campbell. Wastes no time. Spears it back inside the forward 50 and finds Haywood. And the prolific Jalen Haywood, the Centurion, brought up his 100th goal of the campaign in the opening term. Will try and kick his 3rd of the contest. Need to take their chances in the second half, the Demons. Jalen Haywood misses. 6 goals, 10 now, the Demons. They've had 2 more scoring shots than East Ulverstone. So often finals can be determined by the team that takes their chances, but they're going to get another one immediately. Haywood's kick was charged down though. Edwards-Gray turning back into trouble, just got the handball away in time, and then the boot just found it up to the middle of the ground towards Mann, spinning through, recovered and slapped it back on. That was clever, worked it to Dow. Dow handballs into space there for Ivory. Ivory with a little room to manoeuvre, and then spots the lead, but couldn't quite hit Jay Burton. Drifts out of play for a ball in. From behind came Miles. Half cleared by King. Reeling it in with the one arm was Van der Veen, and he used it nicely to Sculthorpe. Clay Sculthorpe sends a high ball, sets a task for Haywood, had 2 to fly against him. The defence closes and spoils it out of play. Rucked down on a chance here for McCrossan. McCrossan offline again. Misses the lot. Again, it'll be a chance for a 450 stoppage. They're knocking on the door, the Demons. Much as was the case in quarter number 2, not taking full advantage of their play. McCrossan out of the ruck, won it down centrally, dumping tackle from Brett locks it in. Need to take their opportunities, the Demons. Crows holding firm at the back, 23 points ahead. Crossing got a kick away. That one's spoiled through by Jones for a rush behind, so 22 points now the lead. Driving kick, just caught behind was Phillips and parked in front. Alex Triffett able to intercept and heads sideways to Campbell. Campbell now spots a lead and drifting back. That's going to be a mark. And paid to Bradley King. And can he do what his teammates have failed to do so far this term? Convert a scoring opportunity. They've kicked 4 straight behinds to start this second half. They simply must get a goal here. And Bradley King be the one to deliver. He's kicked 1 this afternoon. Can he bag a second and get the first goal of this second half? King, let's fly. And splits the middle. They're back within 16 points. And finally, some reward for their territorial dominance early in quarter number 3. It's taken till the 11th minute, but eventually the goal comes. King has his second, the third multiple goal scorer for Motton Preston, along with Hall and Hayward. Back within 16 points. In the last term, East Ulverstone just had all the answers whenever Motton Preston did find a goal. Generally, they were answered back pretty quickly. They string some goals together here, the Demons. They'll send it forward again, but that one's broken up back there. Nicely done. Across the face. Now look to head through the middle of the ground. It was a bit of a risky kick. Ball now to be won. Just towed back into dispute. Jones battling away at ground level. Climbing on top of him is Harding. Just losing footing there, and that's going to cost a holding the ball decision for Phillips. Just lost his footing and ill opportune time. The kick out in front of Triffett. It was brought down without it by Orton. Surely no, says the umpire. Play on the call, so Triffett gets back to his feet and just thumps it inside forward 50, and he finds King again. Well, Bradley King can cut the margin back to 10 points here for the Demons. They continue to push. They've been firmly on top since quarter time. And Bradley King has a chance for his third. King launches and misses. They have not taken their chances, the Demons. 15 points, the margin. Should be closer. 7-12 to 11-3. The Crows just riding their luck a little at the moment. Need to even up the contest around the ground a tad. Shepherd thumps it down the wing. That's a nice mark taken by Ivory. They have had the answers. The umpire said they both had hands to it, and he's going to toss it up. Well, I think that's caught everyone off guard. Could be a big chance for the Demons if they can get a quick clearance. The Crows were assuming they had the free kick and were getting forward. And there'll be another stoppage. Crossing at ground level. Can't win it away. Smashed out of there by Burton. Decisive fist. Straight to Walmsley though. Walmsley tumbles one in the direction of Thompson Burton, who tracks this one, gathers. He's immediately slung off it. Got his kick up towards the middle of the ground though. It was chopped off by Johnson. Johnson worked off the football. Spilt the way there of Van der Veen. The Crows win it back. Trying to dance through some traffic there was Jones. Big ball to be won here, and the Demons take it away. Here's Van der Veen closing in on 50. He stabs one in the pocket looking for the lead of King, but he just put it too far ahead of the big fella. In front of the crowded hill there, it'll be tossed into play. Yeah, good afternoon's entertainment. The crowd here today. It's been a gripping battle. The Crows holding on to a lead here, but under increasing pressure. Brett gets taken high. And Ashton Brett with a chance to close back within 9 points here for Motton Preston. They're firmly on top here at the moment. But this has been the thing that has let them down. Can Ashton Brett seize the moment here and cut the margin back to 9? The locals do their utmost to put him off. And it seems to have worked because he too has missed. 7-13 now, the Demons. This is becoming a real problem for them. They've kicked 1 goal 6 this quarter. Here's Burton. His kick was charged down. Spills the way of Viney. Viney looks to dance through some traffic. Lofts a high ball up towards the half-forward line. Caught behind was Dow. And the Demons will take it away. Campbell with a low grubber of a kick up the wing. Making it work was Triffett. Took it cleanly. His kick not so clean though. Straight down the throat of Edwards-Gray. Crows look to get it moving. Here's Phillips in the middle of the ground. Lines it up towards Will Jones. Will Jones tries to turn away from the tackle of Harding, but he got him. And a free kick to Zach Harding. Will Jones couldn't escape his clutches. Nicholas Hall, next link in the chain, plays on, thought about one in the corridor, then decided to go down the line and drive it deeper in the King direction. Or rather, Clay Sculthorpe hitting up at the football nicely. Looks like he's going to back himself, so can Sculthorpe correct their goal-kicking woes and close back within 8. He hangs it out to the left. He too has missed. Hayward was backing back with the flight. He misses the lot. So 1 goal 6 and an out of bounds on the full. I think they've had 2 out of bounds in general play from snapshots too. They've dominated this quarter, the Demons. But the Crows still lead this one by 14 points. Cleared towards the middle of the ground. It's going to come right back at them again. That's a good tackle laid by Ethan Miles, though. Prevented the ball coming inside 50 there via the boot of Jones. Burton smashes it forward. Man working his way to the football, gathered it. Handballed sharply to the outside to Burton, who sends a risky one inbound to the corridor. Chopped off by Hamilton. Hamilton just waiting underneath the ball, allowed Phillips to access it. Phillips now wins a holding the ball decision. Just took too long, did Jones. And a big win there from Kurt Phillips. Phillips sets it up high. Catches in the wind, spoiled away from Dow, fell the way of Campbell. He's been busy. Got it to Squires. Squires chips it down the wing, playing in front Lambie. They've just not been able to get the ball down towards Jack Orton this quarter. And that one's plucked nicely by Sculthorpe. Wastes no time, drives it in the Hayward direction, left it behind. Away goes Shepherd, and he steers it wide and finds Phillips, who's happy to slow things down again. Not a lot forward of centre here for the Crows. Just has to wait up, and a lead eventually presents from Preston. Preston keeps it low. Couldn't find Dow though. Ooh, good tackle laid there by Viney. They're able to force a stoppage at half forward and stop the ball pinballing back out of there. It's really been springy off half back any time they have gone forward of centre this quarter. The rucks negate each other. They'll go again. It'll be the Demons who come away via Squires. He couldn't gather the ball initially, then scooped the handball out the back. Worked back there to McCrossan. His kick lacking any real direction. And it'll be Phillips to take back over on centre wing. Can they find a steadying goal here, the Crows? They've been under siege for much of the last two quarters. They will have the wind at their backs in the final term. So any lead will be a useful one. Brett, handball back to the outside, trying to find Sculthorpe. He heaved it back to McCrossan, slams it on the boot and drives it towards the half-forward line, and Triffett kept it in. Some good work there. No, just stepping out of play, Triffett. And he walked the tightrope tight to the line. We're in the red time here in the third quarter. One down by Brett. The Demons go forward again. Taken in stride by Jones. Sends it towards the square. Spiked away. The Crows with numbers at the full. Edwards-Gray. Heads wide. Sets a bit of a task there for Dow, and it's taken out of play. Worked back inside 50 again. Tumbling ball out the back of the contest. The pressure arrives. The handball back to a dangerous area. Johnson got taken high by Preston. It was 68-43 at half time. 1-goal, 6-1 behind for the quarter. Bentley Johnson will try and steal every metre possible. He needs them as it's right to the line. And it's touched through for a behind. Agonisingly short there for the Demons. Finally got one on line, but didn't quite have the journey. Slatter clears defensive 50, but he cleared it straight to Wormsley. Wormsley will just stab one back inside. It was just short there of King. Taken off the football, Miles King stabs it, and he finds Ashton Brett. They are knocking on the door. Can't find a way through at the moment, the Demons. Can Brett find goal number 2 for the quarter? He launches it. It won't have the journey. Didn't catch it at all right off the side of the boot, but fell the way of Johnson, who stripped of the football. Saving tackle there. And another stoppage forced. How long can the Crows hold up under this siege? One down. Crashing through Preston. Throwing his body about. Tackle laid by Lambie. Thompson Preston will hand the ball back to the umpire. One down. Another stoppage forced. It's Brett unable to escape. pushing here, Motton Preston. Umpire spots a hold, and it's going to be a free kick the way of the Demons. Sam Brett. He'll give the ball to Dyson. And Dyson, well, they've missed some chances this quarter, but this is a very gettable one. Can they close within 7? Luke Dyson. Oh, he's missed as well. He's hooked it. The pressure of a grand final perhaps getting to the Demons here. My goodness, they've been wasteful. 7:15 now. Just wonder how much these misses are playing on the minds of them. Every shot they're taking. Really, really wasteful stuff. 12 points the lead. 14 shots to 22. And will they be made to rue these misses in the third term? Only one goal in a quarter of pure dominance. Could East Ulverstone really land a sucker punch and hit them back the other way here? They won't be able to get anything going this time because they've kicked it straight out on the full and handed it back to Campbell. Campbell, flat floating ball, drifted through a couple of pairs of hands, found its way to Brett. Now they're just going to pump it in deep. Anyone gather cleanly. Some sharp work from Lambie. Good tackle laid by Ryan Ivory, a saving tackle. Ball cleared up towards the middle of the ground. Orton worked up at the football, won a big contest. Now they send it over the top. It's wide open grass in front of Viney. He can gather and stride into an open goal, but the umpire's whistle has sounded. And I'm not sure why there's not an advantage there. I can't think of a more advantageous situation than running into an open goal. Oh, boy. Not sure what's gone on there, but that would have been a certain goal. Viney instead will just have to stand it up. Can Orton get to work here? It hits the wall of wind. It's spilt. Snapping is Orton. And missing. Wow, that would have been a blow the other way. To make it a goal apiece for the quarter. They've barely been inside 50. But the margin is 13. Geez, that would have stung the Demons. And the Crows lock it in. They won't be able to. Wormsley takes it away. Handed it off to Foley. Back to Campbell. Kicks it up towards a contest on the wing. Heave back inside. Sharp handball from Thompson Purton, and then off the side of the boot of Miles. That won't be 15, so they don't attempt to mark. Campbell again. Worked it over the top sharply to Lambie. Now stabbed towards the half-forward line. Just too slick for King. Oh, pressure now on Slatter. An opportunity here if Van der Veen could gather cleanly. He couldn't, but he recovers. He steadies, and he misses. Another let-off for the Crows. 7-16. 1 goal, 9 for the quarter. Plus a couple of out on the fulls. Can they finally find a second goal to show for this dominance here, the Demons? They're pressing again, and Brett stabs it short, and he finds Campbell, who's been so good for his side today. He's been sending them inside 50 repeatedly. He's won a stack of it. Can he be the goal kicker his side needs and close back within a goal as we drift towards three-quarter time? Campbell. Jacob Campbell delivers the goal that his side have been crying out for. They've been threatening all quarter. They finally get the second. Jacob Campbell steps up and brings the Demons back within 6. He's been amongst the very best on the ground today, Campbell. And he finally does the job inside 50. After 1 goal 9 for the quarter to that point. They're back within one straight kick. One out of the middle by Dyson. The Demons are dominating this contest. The minor premier's under all sorts of pressure here. Schumann. Can they find a late steadier? He's played on into trouble. Wasn't aware the man was on his blind side there and it was smothered. But they recover the ball and they work it to Edwards-Gray. Edwards-Gray will send them inside. And working his way to the football is Troy Purton, who immediately points and says, I'm taking the shot on. He'll be kicking into a pretty stiff window. It's a more difficult kick than when he kicked 3 in the first quarter to this end. But he's going to take responsibility on himself, Troy Purton. For a steadying goal for East Ulverstone. They're barely gone inside 50 this quarter. Can he carry the journey into the wind? No. Look at the wind take a hold of it. Drifts it towards the pocket. Mark Spield, gathered by Beveridge. He's taken off it. Orton wins it. Orton snapping from the pocket. And that too hits the wind and swings back inside. And then tumbles out the back for Phillips. Phillips just overdoes the kick. And he missed Edwards-Gray. And it allows Triffett back there to settle things down. Triffett, risky kick into the wind. Retreats. Perhaps aware there's not too long left in the quarter. Might have got message from the bench here as they just try and run the clock. Kicks to a contest. Can anyone win clean possession here? We've ticked past 30 minutes. All the behinds, there have been quite a few stoppages in this term, so perhaps will be a long quarter. The crowd trying to lift the minor premiers here. They've lost only once this season. Trying to end a 23-year flag drought. They were well on the way at quarter time. Since then, it's been all Motton Preston. Purton out of the ruck. Finds a diving Shepherd. Too far out to score, you'd fancy. But he's going to have to try because the siren sounds. And Jesse Shepherd, well, this would take a mighty heave into the wind. It's howling out there at the moment. And I think he knows. This might be beyond him. He's going to try and uncork the genie. And he didn't catch it at all right. And there is the three-quarter time siren. A 6-point lead the way of the Crows. They were absolutely battered in that quarter. They're fortunate to still be ahead, but they will have the wind at their backs in the final quarter. They're going to need to start winning it out of the middle a bit more. Motton Preston, dominant but inaccurate, within a goal at three-quarter time. It's all set for a thriller to decide the 2025 NWFA Grand Final. Don't go anywhere. It's anybody's game with a quarter to go. It's East Ulverstone 11-4, leading Motton Preston 8-16. Back shortly with the deciding quarter.
For the last time, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Banjo's Bakery, Ram Corp, Top Cut, Sports Power, Ulverstone, White Hawk Apparel, Hardings Group, Impress Print, Taspac and Cradle Coast Care. Thank you.
So we're just about right to go in the final term of the 2025 NWFA Grand Final. It's 6 points the margin in favour of East Ulverstone as we prepare to get things underway. Motton Preston with 2 goals 9 in the third quarter. They really should be leading this game. They've dominated the past 2 quarters really. But the Crows will be coming home with the wind at their backs. Can the minor premiers get it done? Can they end a 23-year drought? Or will the Demons come over the top? Let's find out. Underway in the final term. And the Crows look to go forward immediately. But Horton's handball was shut down. Phillips cracks back in and then Edwards Gray lays a tackle. Will the Demons pay for their profligacy in that third term? Can the Crows steady here? Certainly attacking the easier end, but they were getting beaten up around the ball in that previous quarter. They're going to need to start winning a bit more of it as the Demons go forward early on here. Defended away there. Jones trying to bring it under his spell, and then it kicks off. There's been plenty of feeling out there all afternoon. It's been a fiery contest. The umpire says, let's just chuck it in and get on with it. Tempers boil over. Ball just eludes John. Trickles back towards the line. Demons will go forward here via the boot of Jacob Campbell. Cleared away by Slatter. High ball up towards the wing. Trying to juggle it was Van der Veen. Couldn't quite. Fell the way of Edwards Gray, who just kicks for territory. Pitches in the pocket. Underground handball was composed. Walmsley will throw it back to the umpire. Miles works his way to the football. Burton in there too. Wonderful crowd in for this big occasion. And being treated to a classic at the moment. Crows looking to steady. Big contest to be won here. Back inside 50. Miles sets it up towards the square. Orton lurking. Spilt the way of Brett. Now the pressure applied. And Burton locks it in. Certainly the easier end to attack given the wind here for the Crows in the final term. Troy Burton kicked 3 in the opening quarter. Will it sit for Shepherd? Diving there was Ivory. Umpire spots a free kick. It's going the way of Lucas Ivory, who has a chance to kick the opening goal of the final term. And the Crows first of the second half. Kept goalless in that third term. The ball lived up this end of the ground. Lucas Ivory from directly in front to extend the lead to 12 points. And he makes no mistake. Lucas Ivory gets the goal to extend the Crows' lead to 12. And a big moment early in the final term here. They were forced to absorb so much pressure in that prior quarter. Can they win it out in the middle here? No, Campbell will take it away for the Demons. He's kicked though, he's chopped off by Ryan Ivory. So the Ivories influential at both ends of the ground early in the decider here. Will Jones takes the mark and then goes down. Looking a bit sore. Here's Will Jones. Directing some traffic. Oh, then ran into trouble. Hall got him, but he just got the ball away in time. Spills the mark there. Laid a good tackle at ground level, but they got the handball away to John. John just losing his footing with Sculthorpe. Allowed the intercept to be taken and a clearing kick up towards Dow. Arriving on the scene is Triffett to apply some pressure. He sees it over the line. Who can go harder for longer here in the final term? The final quarter of action in 2025 for these teams. Firm tackle laid there. 2 Crows in there. And skipper Shepherd leading by example. On a Willie's side. The ultimate glory here. The Demons will take the ball away. Handball found its way to Brett, who drives them inside. Hitting the deck was Hayward. Spills out the back. Slatter was composed. Cleared out of there, but straight to Brett. And just chip one over the top because in acres of space was Johnson. Has some room to manoeuvre here. Square and kick. It's a poor ball. Phillips dropping back into the space. Takes the relieving mark. And we get some rain in the final quarter as well here. And wind about. The ball spills out the back for Squires. Loses his footing but recovers. Dances around one. Then drives his side inside 50 and he finds Brett. So Ashton Brett tight to the boundary line. We're kicking into the teeth of the wind, so he just stabs a short one. Caught behind was Hall. Had to play spoiler instead. Shepherd battles away with him at ground level and then trying to escape his Lambie, but he's going nowhere. One down by Brett. Hall releases it. Here's the prolific Campbell. He straightens up. Sets it towards the square. Spoiled away. Might fall for Jalen Hayward. Was clean beneath his knees, but he's claimed in the Edwards-Gray tackle. And he's pinged. A saving tackle from Michael Edwards-Gray. And Hayward doing everything he can to delay Edwards-Gray, who plays on and then is caught in the tackle The umpire says it was late and will pay it downfield. So the Crows drive it down the line. That's a strong pluck from Troy Purton. Purton sets it up into the pocket. Too much on it for Jack Orton. Spills out the back. Orton lost his footing and Burton was buffeted across the line. Swiped down by Schumann. And clear the ball up towards the 50 mark. And slung was Bentley. Got boot to ball. It pitches and then swings out of play. And we tossed in on the wing. Hot in the kitchen here at the moment. Every disposal under duress. Grand final on the line. The Crows defeated just once this season. Being pushed all the way here in the big dance. My side with plenty of recent grand final experience. Phillips clattered into as he got his kick away and it's out of bounds on the full. And plenty of physicality on display out there. The players getting knocked around after disposing of the ball today. Kicks to a contest. Sculthorpe will set himself. Spoiled away. Jones at ground level. Came through the traffic and sends it inside 50. And Orton couldn't quite complete the mark. 2 bites at it. Couldn't bring it in. Away comes Walmsley, who spots up Jacob Campbell. Campbell drives it down the corridor. Out the back here is Lambie, who plays on. Just got his kick away in the direction of Hall. Has to be good below his knees. He's outpointed by Mann, though. Mann has some support from Slatter. Was a bit untidy. The free kick, though, will go the way of the Crows. And Slatter, oh, it's an ugly kick right back into traffic. The Demons will go inside 50 again via the boot of Campbell. Tumbles it inside. It's got to be a free kick against Brett. Just lingered far too long in the tackle there. And that will relieve the pressure for now for the Crows. So Tyson Slatter set a task. Or a sliding Kurt Phillips. He was up to it though. Phillips drives it down the wing. Turns it over. Hamilton had his name all over that football. Cooper Hamilton. Lofts a high one. Spoiling was Lambie. Spilt the way of Campbell. Tumbles it up towards the paint of 50. Hitting up at it was Hayward. Bogue couldn't gather it cleanly. Goes back in again, but the pressure was arriving. John now. Clever handball out the back. And then they've coughed it up to Bogue, who plays on and just tries to bite some territory here. Launches it down the wing. Hamilton will be first to it, although the boundary line will beat all comers. And a good result that for the Crows. So they bite off some territory. One down by Miles. Through the legs of Harding. Jones couldn't quite gather cleanly. And then Dyson was composed. Umpire has blown a free kick though. Now it's going to go the way of Miles. Miles with the little give to Shepherd. Underground kick. Not a great one, but it's seized upon by Jones, who slaps it on the boot, launched it towards the goals. But on the last line of defence, the relieving mark was taken back there by Stephen Jones. Clears the defence. Flying from behind McCrossan. And off hands and out of play. Well, the goals flowed in the first half. Inaccuracy flowed in the third term, but goals have certainly dried up here in the second half. Just 3 goals after 17 in the first. John, bit of a loose handball back inside. Chance to recover the error, just towed it back to McCrossan. And a throw has been called here. So Kurt Phillips swings it in the Dow direction. Campbell somehow got boot to ball. McCrossan did it nicely, worked it to Lambie, who drives him inside 50. Umpire has spotted a hold there on Jalen Haywood. And Haywood, the Centurion, he's kicked two. This is going to be a tough kick into that stiff breeze. And if anyone can deliver a goal when Motton Preston need it, it would be this man, Jalen Haywood. 101 goals for the year. A mighty fly and almost on the line there, Sculthorpe. Oh, he almost plucked it. The ball just held up. And back to 11 points. Crows look for some distance here, and reading it beautifully was Jesse Shepherd. Plucked that one out of the sky. Heads wide. Was looking for Viney. Not really the service he was after. A trick was out of play. 11 points the lead of the minor premiers. The Demons giving them all they can handle here. It's been a fascinating decider. Surging his way through the traffic is Triffett. Set it up towards the half-forward line. Lambie controlled it, went back in the Triffett direction. Arches the back, turns away, gave it back to Lambie. Lambie stabs it inside 50 and juggling it is Sculthorpe. Couldn't complete the mark. Pressure arrives from Schumann. Handball back and now the squaring ball. Haywood shrugs free, bends it back towards the goals. How will it bounce? Into the post. Oh, it was a near thing there for Jalen Haywood. And they cut the lead back to 10, 8-18. They've had 10 more scoring shots, but are 10 points in arrears, the Demons. Schumann. The Crows still holding on. Kai Schumann has a bounce. Then loops the handball over the top. The Bogue returned it to Schumann, who just beautifully paddled it to himself to get around a man, then worked it up towards the half-forward direction of Purton. Battle on between Campbell and Shepherd. Shepherd was composed, went off the deck, used the support from Hamilton. Hamilton scooped it wide looking for Triffett. It's across the line. We just gone past halfway in the final term. The 2025 grand final. It's anyone's game at this stage. Taking front position, Dyson, Shepherd. Searching there for Ivory, was taken away from him. Now the Demons will look to rebound, but having to wait under it was Wormsley. Arriving was Dow. He kept his feet, just gets boot to ball. Stabs it in the Orton direction. Wormsley has to go again. Tracks it. Orton has him. Orton brings him down. That's got to be ball. Jack Orton has kicked more goals than anyone in the competition this year, and has a chance to kick a telling goal now. He's kicked two today. Can he find a third? Jack Orton hangs it out to the right and misses. A let off there for the Demons. 11 points the margin. They waste no time. They work it along the outer wing here. Drives it up towards Triffett, who's escaped out the back, and he reels it in. Alex Triffett. Doesn't see anything to his immediate liking, so just pops it over the top. Maguire. He too goes short. Shanked the kick though. Diving after it. Harding couldn't bring the mark in. A chance to clear the area for Phillips. Just swings it over his shoulder. Buys some territory. Strong in the contest was Ivory, but took a cruel bounce. Guire flicked it back. Campbell again. Weaving one way, then the other, then guides it up there, and that's a... Is it a mark? No, it's going to be out of bounds on the full. Johnson couldn't quite reel it in, and Thompson-Purton will take over for the Crows. Goes via hand to Phillips, who again just goes for distance. He's just looking to clear the area wherever possible. Wormsley just runs out of real estate, and he might have pulled a hamstring in the process. Possibly a bit of cramp. He's immediately clutched at the hammy there. Hopefully for him, just a bit of cramp. He's staying out there, so perhaps that is the case. One down by Dyson. Can anyone extract the football? Jones on top of it. Pair of Crows on top of him. Smashed clear by Purton through the arms of Van der Veen. Manufactures a kick forward. Outnumbered 2-1 there, the Demons. That might be a free kick. Taken a bit high there was Phillips. He's been good for his side. He can send them forward once again here. Ooh, bursting out into space. Miles just peeled off well. Heads back inboard to Shepherd. Some composure needed. Jesse Shepherd sets it up. And reeling it in. Here's Jay Burton. Tight to the boundary line. But the chance to kick a potentially decisive goal in the 20th minute of the final term. He could make life difficult for the Demons here. A major would extend it to 17 points. From the angle, Burton sets it high. It's working back, but not enough. It's an even 2-goal lead the way of the Crows as we tick towards red time in the final quarter. Backpedaling was King. Keeps the ball moving. Kicks to a contest. Through the hands of Maguire. Johnson perhaps. No, he didn't get away with it. So lucky to get away with a hold there. The umpire spotted it. Phillips heads wide. Time an ally of the Crows here. To a contest, but turned it over King. He in turn turns it straight over to Slatter. Slatter just kicks it out into space. Big ball to be won here. Van der Veen arrived, robbed his opponent of it, then sends it up towards the forward 50. Springing to his feet is Hall, didn't get a kind bounce, went back in and won it, turns onto his right, he sets it up towards the goal square. Big contest here, Sculthorpe tracking the football. Oh, what a tackle from Bogue! Brings big Sculthorpe down. He tried to shrug free, but Chris Bogue stuck to him like glue and wins a big contest to force a stoppage. They try and rush it behind here. The snap over the shoulder from Haywood. Will pitch inside the field of play. They'll be happy to rush it, but they can't find the safety of the line initially, but eventually they do. It's through for a behind, and the margin is 11 points. So Phillips again just opts for distance and gets plenty of it all the way up towards the middle of the ground. Ivory tracking it. Triffett tracking him. Triffett works it back. Trying to shrug free was Jones. Got his kick away through the hands of Dyson, but he's going to get the decision. So Luke Dyson. The Demons need 2 goals. Stabs it centrally for Jones. Crows with plenty of bodies behind the ball as he heads up towards the half-forward line, but peeling off into space nicely was Ashton Brett. Too far out to score. Just got to set it up and try and find a leading forward. The option he went for was Hall. He had two opposed to him. And the Crows defend Sable to see it out of play. Goal here would make things mighty interesting. So we tick towards the conclusion of this grand final. It's the Crows by 11, one down by Brett. Campbell wheels himself to the football. Stripped of it is Brett. Gotta be more. And Jones, the vice captain. It was Horton who won it in the end. Or Edwards Gray who thumps it down the wing. Ivory was there, spills out the back. And we tossed into play. 11 points the Crows lead. Dying embers of this thriller. Can the Demons conjure a late miracle, or will the Crows break the drought? Every contest so important now. Campbell at ground level. Doesn't want to take possession. And we another stoppage. Dyson coming through Brett. Again, the pressure is there. Dyson tried to get a handball away. Campbell able to get a quick clear and kick up in the direction of Brett. Big battle with Phillips. And another stoppage. The home crowd trying to will their side over the line here. On the verge of history. Motton Preston trying to play spoilers. Can they find a goal here? It's a throw. It's a free kick to Phillips. He kicks to a contest. Off hands, out the back. Relentless tackling from Ivory. Ball spills out. Trying to get the hands free was Jones. Going nowhere is Lambie. Or it was John rather who's escorted across the line. They're just holding on here, the Crows. Tough to get 2 goals into this win for the Demons. Time becoming an enemy of Motton Preston. Alston happy to just keep forcing repeat stoppages. That suits them just fine. In a low-scoring final term. The Crows will go forward here once again, tracking at Campbell. He's been magnificent. He's played a sterling hand in what might be a losing effort. Kicks up the wing. Numbers favour the Crows. Shepherd puts his head over it. Just charging in there was Phillips. Body on the line stuff. And forces another stoppage. Just 1 goal in this final quarter. Just 3 for the second half. The goals absolutely drying up. As the game is tightened, that is an emphatic fist. Absolutely smashed out of there towards the half-forward line. Purton stripped of it. And across the line it goes. They're clawing their way towards the finish line here. East Ulverstone. They're almost home. Is there one last roll of the dice for the Demons? Can they find 2 late goals and snatch it at the death? Will the minor premiers be NWFA premiers for 2025? It's coming down to the wire. Kick towards the middle of the ground. Pushed off it is Johnson. And Slatter forces another stoppage. They've done really well just shutting the game down here late, East Ulverstone. Repeat stoppages suiting them perfectly. Although a holding the ball decision's been paid there in favour of Motton Preston, who opt to just head wide and try and break open some space here. Campbell lost a hold of the footy, then steers it up towards the sliding Hall who spilt the mark. That is a really good tackle laid by Mann. Locking it to Brett's chest. You fancy the Demons need to manufacture something from this attack. One down. In the back, is it? It's going to be a free kick the way of Phillips. They can run a little more time off this clock. A warrior for his side today, Kurt Phillips. He drives it towards the wing, but it's intercepted. That was a strong mark back there from Van der Veen. Van der Veen towards the half-forward line. Spoiled away from Sculthorpe. Underground handball was clever. Bogue bites off some more territory, but he turned it over to Maguire. He wastes no time. Kicks towards a contest. It fell for Hayward. Hayward had his kick charge down. Battling away now, Triffett. Tackle laid by Mann. Spills out the back. Umpire's blown his whistle. And a free kick the way of Mann, who's turned it straight over to Triffett. Alex Triffett. Is he too far out to score in this wind? It would take a thumping kick given the conditions. He gives it a ride to the top of the square. Off hands and blasted on out of there again by the Crows defence. Getting a hand in there was Dyson. Can Horton gather cleanly? He can. A despairing dive can't catch him. He thumps it forward. Some good body work from Jack Horton. Will it sit for him? Horton, he can ice the grand final. He sets sail for home. Jack Horton has missed by inches. Nearly 125th goal on the season. There it is! The Crows break the droughts in a thriller of an NWFA Grand Final. 23 years since their last triumph, and East Ulverstone get it done. Boy, were they made to earn this. They spent much of the second half under an almighty siege from Motton Preston, who'll be made to rue some inaccuracy in quarter number 3. But with the game on the line late, they dug in, they held firm, and they win the premiership to the Crows. It's East Ulverstone, 12-7-79, who beat Motton Preston 8-19-67. A 12-point triumph and a long drought broken in an absolute thriller that will live long in the memory. It was anybody's game for so much of the afternoon, and in the end, an early blitz set the Crows on their way. They kicked 7 straight in the opening quarter. They only managed 1 goal in the second half, but it was enough as they held off the Demons, who kicked 6, 7 in the first half, and then 2-12 in the second half. They had their opportunities. They couldn't take them. And the Crows, they held firm. It was an absolute arm wrestle of a second half. But they were the best team all year, East Ulverstone. And they have got the job done on the biggest day of all. A 12-point victory, a thrilling grand final. And the East Ulverstone Crows, after 23 years, taste success again. A real battle of two halves, that one. It was 68-43 at half-time. The goals were flowing. It was open. It was attacking. The game flipped in the second half. Goals became very tough to come by as conditions worsened. The wind picked up. The Demons, well, they're going to rue that third term. They kicked 2 goals, 9. Probably should have had the lead heading into the final quarter. And in the end, just the 1 goal that came early in the final quarter from Ivory. It just gave them the buffer they needed as they shut out the Demons in that final term. A big night coming up for East Ulverstone. After 23 years, they are premiers again. Just the 1 loss all season. And they were given an almighty scare by Motton Preston, completing just an incredibly tight final series. It really was a thriller of a finals campaign. Some tight battles every week, fittingly ending with one here today, in which there was very little between the two teams. Motton Preston, 8 more scoring shots, but 12 points short. The Crows, 2025 premiers. We'll leave you with the post-game scenes and presentations. I've been Andrew Cooling, calling the action for AFL Tasmania. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing this one to you. Congratulations to East Ulverstone as they break a long drought. And a big night ahead for them, I'm sure. They win the premiership by 12 points in an absolute heart-stopper. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay, can we bring the teams up, please? East Ulverstone, bring it up, please. Let's go, come on. Bring it over. Can you bring it over, guys? Let's go. Come on, fellas, let's get over here. Get down there. First up, a round of applause for both teams. They put on an incredible show today. I'll ask Bentley to come forward if you want to say a few words, Ben.
Firstly, to the East boys, Manny, well done. You've been the yardstick all year, and I guess over the years you've plugged away at it. You've got yourself some good young men in that group, and now you just got to stick with it. Enjoy the next few days, and enjoy till next year, I guess. But keep coming, boys. I think you've probably started a bit of a dynasty, but you've got to stick at it. So well done, enjoy. To all your supporters, you've got a mad supporter base, it's unreal. So well done, enjoy the night. To our boys, look, it's disappointing. It's disappointing, but I'm proud of yous. We stuck fat with it through the finals. We got our chance at it, and we just weren't good enough. But I can guarantee you, this football club will be thereabouts again next year, so we'll be still here. To the NWFA and all the sponsors, thanks for the day. Would have been a great spectacle to watch. But yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'll now call on Glennon Kirby Foster to present the Best On Ground medal. The George Foster medal for the Best On Ground goes to number 63, Troy Purton, East Ulverstone.
I'll just say thanks to Preston, great game, great crowd, to our boys, we fucking done it, sorry for the language, but, and thanks to NWFA and the Foster family, cheers.
Okay, I think we've got a couple of East people here to present the medals. Is that what we're doing, Eddie? Yep, Eddie Russell. And Galen, yeah, Galen's there, yep. And we'll start with number 1, Will Jones. Number 3, Drew Orton. Number 5, Jack Orton. Number 7, Lucas Viney. Number 8, Joel Beveridge. Number 10, didn't think he was going to get back, MTP, Matty Thompson-Purton. Number 11, Lucas Ivory. Number 12, Ryan Ivory. Yeah, we'll do it. No, we'll leave that one. Number 17, Heath Horton. Number 21, Tyson Slatter. Number 23, Kurt Phillips. Number 25, Ethan Miles. Number 29, Jay Burton. Number 31, Willie Dow. Number 37, Michael Edwards Gray. Number 41, Chris Bowe. Number 45, Declan Wing. Number 63, Troy Purton. Number 66, Kai Schumann. Number 9 and captain, Jesse Shepherd. And the coach, number 16, Cal Mann. Get your photo. Okay, Cal, a few words you want to say, mate?
Yeah, look, just want to say thanks to the crowd firstly coming out. It was super from all of those guys, begging both sides on. There's always going to be one winner and one loser, and to Benno, credit to the way you run this town, mate. Like the way that you've got the boys up and running year after year. You know, it's what we aspire to. And, you know, I thought it passed through that last quarter, you were going to run over the top of us. And, you know, credit to the way you go, but never say die. So, well done, boys. Firstly, I'll go to the sponsors, Banjos. Obviously, I run in India a fair bit on Monday to Friday. But, you know, the way that the competition's put on from the NWFA, you know, final series has been a real close one, and a credit to the way that it's run. And yeah, just credit all involved there. But to our boys, we've been searching for this for a few years now. It's been a little bit of a process. And, you know, we wasn't sure where we'd be this year. But look where we bloody are now, eh? Look where we are now, all right? That'll be me.
And now I'll ask Indy to come over from Banjos to present the Premiership Cup for 2025 to East Footy Club.